topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Ask the Experts show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV, where we bring you educational information from top local experts in the fields of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Now sit back and listen to experts in family law, association law, hearing loss, business brokers, home care, along with many other topics. Now here are your hosts, Steve-O and Sophia.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to another Ask the Experts, where we bring you the top experts in the field of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Today has already been one of those kind of days that everything seems to be working. We've got a great picture. My expert can hear me. Producer can hear me. Only one little small problem. I can't hear them. So today we're doing it a little bit by phone and by technique. And I got to tell you, today's show, of all shows, like this is my favorite show. And you're going to learn why it's my favorite show in just a minute. You know, a lot of people probably say, well, I wonder if this product really works. I wonder if this is real. Well, this is, and it's not even a product. It is, I call it a technique that really and truly works. I'm like sometimes pinching myself because I am shocked because I have sleep apnea. And when you have sleep apnea, you go on a CPAP machine. And that's not the way we were made to function. Sleeping at night with a mask over their face. We found an expert in snoring. So for all of you out there who denied snoring, which I'm sure I did, or don't think you snore, you've got to listen to today's show. I'm going to basically be turning over the show to my expert, but I just want people to know I use her techniques. It has gotten me off the CPAP machine. And it's funny, I have it right next to the bed, just in case, but I haven't used it in 2 months. And when you snore, you can hear yourself snoring. I haven't heard myself snore. I just did her easy techniques, which we're going to talk about. Let me welcome you to God Sent Janet Bennett.
Hello. Thanks for having me on today, Steve.
You know, I love doing your show.
I know.
I love spreading the word. So it's all you, baby. It's all you.
Okay. Well, thanks. All right. So I am Janet Bennett. I'm a speech pathologist, and I've had a private practice for many years. And I will start by telling you how I discovered that some speech therapy techniques that I was using also ended up helping someone stop snoring. And so that's how all of this began back in the year 2003. So I was working with a 14-year-old football player, and he was coming to see me once a week for a tongue thrust, which is when a person swallows the wrong way and their tongue comes out or pushes their teeth when they swallow. You've seen people with buck teeth, and that's probably why they have buck teeth. But anyway, so he was learning how to put his tongue in a different place in his mouth when he swallowed. So we were doing tongue exercises, and he had done 2 weeks of tongue exercises and came back on the third week. And his mom asked me, she said, "What are you doing to Adam?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. What do you mean?" And she said, "Well, he's always been the loudest snorer in the world. He rattles our windows, and now he's not making a sound." I didn't know anything about snoring. So I turned to Adam and I said, Adam, tell me more. What's going on? And he said, well, it's true. He said, um, I'm sleeping better. I'm able to concentrate better in school. I'm making better grades and I run faster. So when he told me that he ran faster, that meant more to me than the fact that he had stopped snoring because I didn't know about snoring. But so anyway, I knew that when I got on the internet that I was going to find that they treated snoring with tongue exercises because that's what I had done with Adam and he had stopped snoring. So easy. But that's not what I found. I found some really horrible things that were going on in the world. This was 20 years ago, and people were when you snore for a long time, and maybe your mouth opens up wider each year that you snore. It could, not always, but sometimes that snoring will lead to sleep apnea. And sleep apnea is when your heart stops beating because your tongue has fallen down and blocked your airway, literally blocked your airway while you're trying to sleep. And so you you stop breathing like that. And if you've got a significant other sleeping with you, she or he heard that and they're scared to death, shaking you and waking you up. Anyway, so hopefully, fortunately, you wake up. That is sleep apnea. Now, some people stop breathing like that 5 times an hour. Some people stop breathing 48 times an hour, some even more. But you can just imagine if your heart stopped beating once a minute while you were trying to sleep, that could lead to a lot of heart problems. And so it's real important that we identify sleep apnea. And the only thing that they found to really help a person breathe while sleeping and prevent their tongue from blocking the airway is a CPAP machine, which nobody likes. So anyway, I found that they were breaking the jaw to pull it forward so that your airway was bigger, and that could actually help. But in the process of breaking your jaw, it's hurting your jaw. So you've got to decide which one you want, the hurt jaw or the snoring. Um, and then that uvula, that thing that hangs down in the back, they sometimes do and did a lot then, lop off the end of the uvula. And I've heard it's the sorest thing ever. And it takes weeks to heal from it. And then on top of all that, you still snore. That's pitiful. That's sad because people really hurt from that surgery. But anyway, so I got excited because I thought, wait a minute, this kid's only been doing tongue exercises for 2 weeks, and I think Steve, you told me that you stopped pretty much after 2 weeks of exercises too. But
Yeah,
anyway,
it only took me 2 weeks.
yeah, okay,
I noticed the difference.
yeah,
I,
you
I
can.
want my money back. I want my money back. I want my 7 weeks.
Okay, but anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, so this is what we do.
We were talking about the program only taking 2 weeks.
Well, no, okay, so it's 7 weeks long,
Ah,
okay? I know. Okay, so, oh, I know, I was saying Adam had only been going there 2 weeks. So anyway, it is a 7-week program. It's all online. I'm just gonna give you a quick overview, and then I'll get back to it. It's online. You can, it's very inexpensive. Whenever you purchase it, you have everything right there at your fingertips at your computer. You have all of the lessons. There's 7 lessons, and they're just easy tongue exercises and lip exercises that you will do. You have to practice twice a day, but it doesn't take but maybe 15 minutes each time you practice. There's a video there, and you can go and you can see me doing each exercise that you are supposed to be doing so that you can make sure you're doing it the right way. I'm showing an adult male how to do it. So it's all right there for you, as if I'm sitting there with you in the room. And another video that I have is me actually sitting at my desk waiting for you to come in, and I'll do the exercises with you. They've got to be done twice a day. If you don't plan on doing exercises, don't waste your money. And if you can't breathe through your nose, if you physically can't breathe through your nose, don't waste your money. Go run to the ear, nose, and throat doctor's office and get your nose opened up so you can breathe, and then come back and do the program. It's super easy. You should stop snoring. Nothing hurts. It's just too simple, and that's why I guess some people think, well, it's just crazy. Who ever heard of tongue exercises helping? So here's the deal. The deal is that actually it's not your tongue as much as it is your mouth breathing. Okay, so if we can kind of think of something different right now, and that's not the snoring, but really think about whether you breathe through your mouth or your nose, because a lot of people, when I meet them, they swear they don't breathe through their mouth. But then as we keep talking and they answer questions, I get answers that tell me that indeed they are mouth breathers. And so I wanted to today spend this time um, sharing with you what that means, because this program is not going to just help you stop snoring. It will help with many other issues that you have, and you may not even realize that you have some issues that aren't normal or healthy, or you would have no idea that just learning how to breathe through your nose would take care of those issues. So we'll start with questions. When I first meet someone, I have to do an evaluation and discover what their problems are. And so let's just pretend like I'm there with you and asking you these questions, and you take a note of them. Write it down if you're able to do that. And these questions are all going to have something to do with mouth breathing, okay? Because that's you snore because you mouth.
Excuse me, I just want people to know that I was suffering from headaches, and until I met you, I didn't know the headaches also had a lot to do with my breathing. And once I don't use a CPAP machine anymore, I don't get headaches in the morning.
Right, right. Good point. A lot of people wake up with a headache that goes away within about 30 minutes, but you still wake up
Hmm.
with that headache, and that's because you were breathing through your mouth. Some of you may not believe that, and it's okay. All right. I'll keep going though with all the other signs and symptoms. Some people wake up with the dry mouth. Now that would make sense, wouldn't it? If you're breathing through your mouth,
Right.
you're going to get dried out. You get dry, um, dirty air, because you know how we always tell our kids about the environment, the air, and how bad it is. Well, if you let your mouth hang open while you're breathing, you are taking in that dirty air. All right. Some other things are you wake up with a sore throat, maybe, and it goes away pretty quickly. But the reason you have a sore throat is because you've been mouth breathing, and that dirty, cold air has gotten all the way back to your larynx, where your vocal cords are housed, and it's dried them out. And so that makes sense that you would have a little sore throat when you swallow. Okay, some other things are some people wake up irritable. I know a lot of children wake up irritable. So, parents, if your kids wake up irritable, you watch them and see if they breathe through their mouth at night. Keep that in mind through this whole list that I'm going through. Okay, you probably won't believe some of these things, and it's okay, but they're all true, and they've all proven to go away once you stop mouth breathing. Another thing is that when you mouth breathe, you are going to probably get sleepy during the daytime, because
Yes.
when you mouth breathe, you can't get into REM sleep. Y'all, this is big. REM sleep. I know you know about it. If you don't, Google it. I'll be encouraging that through this whole time, because I want you to understand what I'm saying, and I want you to back it up with whatever you need to believe it. Okay, because this is an easy fix for a lot of bad things that you've learned to live with. And I guarantee if you've been snoring for any time, you have forgotten what it felt like to wake up refreshed and ready to go, with no aches and pains. So some other things are heartburn. Heartburn really gets worse when you are a mouth breather. I treated a friend of mine who used to take a whole bottle of those chalky pills every day. She chewed those pills every day. And she was in her 50s. And she did my program. She learned how to breathe through her mouth, through her nose. And so she stopped mouth breathing. And that enabled her to stop taking those pills. She didn't feel any need to take them again. So I'm not saying that my program helps get rid of heartburn, but I am saying that it will help you stop mouth breathing, and that is probably what helps with the heartburn. Some people have bad dreams. Here again, dirty cold air, and mouth breathing can cause that. It's hard to concentrate. If you get sleepy during the daytime, it's hard to concentrate. So let me just back up. Those of you listening are listening because you snore, I'm assuming, or maybe because your significant other snores, and you're going to try to talk them into looking at my program later, which is great. But tune into YouTube later, right, so that you can hear this. Were you going to say something, Steve?
Yeah, restless leg. Oh my God, I had that so bad. Restless leg. And since I started on your program, I'm off the CPAP machine. I never have restless leg anymore. I mean, the sheets would be all over the place,
Right.
but I
Okay.
don't have that anymore, though.
Okay. Well, I'm glad. Now, restless leg syndrome, don't go calling the American Medical Association and telling them that I said that I could cure restless leg, because that's not true. Actually, it could be periodic limb movement or restless leg syndrome. They're very similar as far as your legs moving and, making messy sheets. Most Well, up until just recently, restless leg syndrome has always been called a neurological problem. And all these years, that is one thing that when people do my program, it stops for them. And I've never understood why it would stop if it was a neurological problem. So it made me think
Right.
maybe it wasn't. So just recently, really, you can Google it on the net. They're calling it a sleep deprivation symptom now. Restless legs. They've agreed. They've realized it's a sign that you may not be sleeping well. Okay, and so I feel okay about you talking about it, Steve. 'Cause, I don't.
You know what, Janet, I got to tell you, people who are just meeting you for the first time, hearing you you are beyond honest with this. I mean, you know, you've actually stopped me. I'm saying, that it helps a lot of people, and you are just totally, totally honest. You don't overplay it. You don't promise that it's going to work for everybody. And the trust factor is so there.
Good.
And
Thank you.
that's why people should, call you, give you a call, because I'm telling you, first of all, it's very dangerous. Sleep apnea, snoring. And second of all, it really hurts your life, especially if you're in a relationship. And what Janet is offering you now, it's not that tape that goes over your nose. I must have gone through 50 of those. It's the CPAP machine. It works, but it is so uncomfortable to sleep like that at night. There's apparatuses the dentists use. Oh my God, even worse. So what's so important, you have nothing to lose here.
Right.
And Janet explains it. Listen, I admit it was nice having her explain the first time. And she's got a video. It's going to explain everything to you. So go ahead, Janet. I've got so much passion about this because I go through it.
I know.
Well, I used to.
And I
And I
appreciate
get
it.
so excited talking about it.
That's fun. That's fun. I appreciate it. And I see I believe you too, obviously. But I do encourage you to visit the website it's correctmytonguethrust.com. And it might be a little confusing because you're calling about snoring, but both of those problems are treated with these tongue exercises. And that website, correctmytonguethrust.com, I have a lot of videos on it, training videos, educational videos, just to help you understand that if you have a
Tongue
tongue that,
blade.
oh, what?
You have your tongue blade there?
Tongue blade, tongue stick.
I call it
Yes,
tongue blade.
yes, I have a tongue.
Yeah, that comes with it too.
Yes, this is a tongue stick. Now, okay, I hadn't gotten that far yet, but some people have a tongue that is way too wide for their mouth. Okay. And, people may see your tongue when you're talking. They shouldn't be able to see your tongue when you're talking. Your tongue may be so wide that you bite it, the sides of your tongue when you're chewing, because your tongue gets in the way of your teeth. I know Steve stopped biting sides of his tongue.
Oh,
Now,
always biting my tongue.
how did that happen? How could you all of a sudden stop biting the sides of your tongue? Because he was using this tongue stick that I invented, and I have a patent on it. Okay, it's really cool. And it makes your tongue skinnier. Literally makes your tongue skinnier. I mean, it must if all of a sudden you don't bite the sides of your tongue. But nothing hurts with these exercises. They're all fun, and you can see progress pretty quickly. So some people with a big tongue, you may not understand that plays a large role in healing or fixing snoring so that it doesn't happen, because your tongue is supposed to live on the roof of your mouth like that. Most of your tongues right now, I bet, are laying on the bottom, and they might be pushing the back of your teeth. Okay. The area in the bottom is wider than the top palate. And so that's why we have to make your tongue skinnier, because you're going to train your tongue to live up on the palate, on the roof of your mouth. Now, why? Why is that important? I'm so glad you asked. Whenever you lay down to sleep, everything gets, real relaxed, and your tongue, because of gravity, might start going down your throat. And when it partially blocks your airway and you're breathing through your mouth, that's how you can make that snoring sound. Okay. So whenever you snore really loud and long, that leads to the sleep apnea. And that's when your tongue can block your whole airway. And like I said, make you stop breathing. So this, to train your tongue to live up there, is to keep it out of your airway. Picture it. Makes sense, right? Okay. So you will get in the habit of it with these exercises. And the other thing is, you will get in the habit of keeping your lips closed when you aren't talking or eating or drinking or singing or whatever. Okay. Some other things that I want to talk about that a lot of people have, and you wouldn't guess that someone like myself could help. I bet we're probably about out of time, but right quick, let me tell you, chronic coughing, chronic throat clearing, a lot of phlegm can come about when you snore and you mouth breathe. So it can get rid of all of those different kinds of things too. So if you have trouble swallowing pills, you'll learn how to swallow pills. And it's just a really good thing to do for overall health. Are we about done,
I
Steve?
think I think it's amazing what you've done, and I know with the tongue exercises, you hear muscle has memory. Well, there's memory, I guess, in the mouth, because my tongue now is always at the top.
Good. Thank you for bringing that up.
2 or 3 times.
Right.
And I can even tell it makes a difference, but now it's automatic now.
Right. Good.
And I think that's what's so important with your exercises. Let's give everybody your phone number and your website again.
Okay. Okay. So it's www.correctmytonguethrust.com or www.ijustwanttosleep.com. And my number is 828-273-9888. Or you can email me at author, AUTHOR, at ijustwanttosleep.com. I will answer your email. I will answer your call. I'll answer any question you have. And also, whenever you purchase the program online, this is a new thing. You'll now get a free 45-minute consult with me, and I will evaluate you and, make sure we're not missing anything and just give you the confidence that you need to get through it successfully.
You are amazing. I will never be able to thank you enough. I think that if I really believe this is ongoing, I cannot ever see backsliding. Well, first of all, I'm not going to ever stop doing the exercises.
Well,
But what you've done, Janet, is amazing, because I've done everything a person could do to stop snoring,
right,
and nothing worked until I found your
right.
technique.
That's
And
great.
admit it. Go ahead and admit you snore. Okay, it's not taboo.
Yeah.
Don't snore there on the couch and say you're not snoring. That's just admit it. And like Janet said, this is so bad for your health when it gets to sleep apnea. You don't want it to get to that.
Right. So if you stop snoring now and you don't have sleep apnea, that's great, because I don't see how you could get sleep apnea if you're breathing through your nose.
Right.
Okay. So
Exactly.
that's real important. And if you already have sleep apnea, learn how to keep your mouth closed, and that'll make a big
I
difference.
agree.
Okay.
I agree. Janet, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Janet will be back again with us next month. Tell your friends about her. She can work with anybody in any part of the country. It doesn't matter. Janet, you're a dear. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's Janet Bennett. She's the real deal, guys. She is the real deal. What she's changed my life. I mean, I didn't believe it. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't believe you could stop snoring with techniques. But I said, you know what? She trained me. She taught me, and I applied it. And I don't have a CPAP machine anymore. Anyhow, we got to get out of here. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll be back with you next week with more Ask the Experts.
Thanks for tuning in today to the Ask the Expert show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV. Tune in next week and every week to hear more from our experts on personal injury, insurance, air condition repairs, estate planning, Medicare, and many other topics in the areas of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. See you next week.